Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Esther, and today I want to tell us a story that I read. I do not know who is the author of the story, but the story is about a king and a servant. So there was this king and he had a servant, and everywhere he went, he always went with his servant. And his servant used to tell him that everything that God does is perfect. God makes no mistakes. And one day, the king and his servant, they went out to hunt. And when they were out there hunting, they were attacked by wild animals. And unfortunately, the king lost one of his fingers. And the servant told the king the same thing he used to tell him, that everything God does is perfect. He makes no mistakes. And so the king was very furious. How would you tell me that everything God does is perfect and he makes no mistakes, yet he has allowed me to lose my finger? And the king ordered for his servant to be put to prison. So the next time the king went out to hunt, he went alone. He didn't have his servant with him. And when he was out there, he met with some people who were offering human beings as sacrifices to their idol gods. And they attacked the king and they took him with them. And when they laid him down and they were ready to offer him a sacrifice to their gods, they realized, oh, he didn't have one finger. The king was missing his finger. And so they let him, they set him free, because they could not offer someone who was not complete, someone who was missing a part of their body parts. They could not offer them as a sacrifice to their gods. And they set him free. And when he went back home, he called and he ordered for his servant to be brought to him. And he told him, today God has been so good to me. And the servant asked him like what happened, and he explained everything that had happened. And the servant told him the same thing. Everything that God does is perfect. He makes no mistakes. And the king asked the servant, if that is true, that everything that God does is perfect and that he makes no mistakes, why did God allow me to have you be put into prison? And the servant responded to the king that if you did not have me put into prison, I would have gone hunting with you. And because I do not have any missing body parts, if I went hunting with you and we were attacked by the same people who attacked you, I would have been offered a sacrifice to their God. So God had to let you put me into prison to prevent me from what was going to come. That day, everything that servant used to tell the king made sense to the king. That God had allowed him to lose his finger because he wanted to save his life. If he had that finger, he would have lost his life. But for God to save his whole life, he allowed him to lose a finger. I want to encourage someone today that everything that God does is perfect. He makes no mistake. You may not understand. We may not understand, especially when we are going through tough times. We may not see any good in that. But the Bible says in Romans 8:28 that all things work together for good to them that loves the Lord, to them that are called according to his purpose. I want to encourage you. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. You know, the plan of the devil is for us to doubt God. Do not even be tempted to doubt God, because everything he does, everything he allows, he has a reason and a greater purpose for what he allows to happen. So be encouraged. Trust in God. Wait upon him. Trust him even in the storm. Trust him in whatever you're going through. Trust him even when you have lost things that were dear to you, because God has a reason for everything. May the Lord bless you. And until next time, bye.